Listener discretion is advised.
If you feeling like a pimp, niggas gon' pimp.
Awesome sauce. Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, everybody. That's right, you must show Hanukkah some love too, man. The mention the bench demands that he gets as much respect as the elf on the shelf. So we think here. But we all hope you're having a beautiful, amazing Thursday night. I hope we're ready to testify. You know, we don't need to have a vision. It's not what happens, it's what we do about it. So let's kick back, have a couple sodas, get some titties in our face, and rock the night away. But before we get to the heart of the matter, maybe learn a thing or two, Fat Albert style. You know, let's thank some of the sponsors. The first people I'd like to thank is if you're in the West Milford area in New Jersey, you want the greatest pizzeria in the world, the Marco's Pizza. Their pizza is delicious, nutritious, has harmony of flavor. It's like an orgy of pizza in your mouth, and everyone is invited. Their food is amazing. They have a great outdoor dining area for when the weather is nice. It's winter now on the East Coast. But DeMarco's Pizza, there is their menu. They're on Union Deli Road. And just tell them why I'm saying you. Love the place. I'm going to do an episode live there sometime in the next 2 weeks. And I will do a taste test of some of their delicious and nutritious pizza. DeMarco's Pizza. Yeah. And if you're in Washington, D.C. this weekend, and if you want to go to the greatest event on God's green earth, the sexiest, kinkiest convention of all time, you can go to Exotica Expo. It's this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th. And they got porn stars, seminars, meet and greets, photo ops, blow jobs, hand jobs, rim jobs, just a lot of sex jobs. Yeah. You ladies getting free all night Friday. And there's going to be alcohol, marijuana, titties, asses, small titties, big titties, red titties, blue titties. All the titties are at the Exotica Expo. So come on, let's all have a ball. Loyal fans, spotlight section is going to be rocking. The DJs are going to be popping. There's going to be blowjobs and hand jobs at the Exotica Expo. So go and get yours tonight. 6th, 7th, and 8th of December. ExoticaExpo.com. Tell them about it. I'm saying. Yeah. Also want to give a huge, big time shout out to the greatest strip club on God's green earth. If you're in New York City, you gotta go get your lap dances. I don't know if they have a Toys for Tits box this year. I'm gonna have to ask them about that. Basically, if you donate a toy to like a needy family, they'll give you like free titties in your face. But check all your local strip clubs to see who's doing Toys for Tits. But we're gonna play the commercial for Flash Dancers.
Hello, darling. Welcome to your new favorite club. You are a hard worker, so you deserve a good place to replenish yourself. Our bartenders will take great care of you, while our sexy ladies help spice up your night. Bring your friends, or make new ones here. Flash dancers, come join the party.
Like I said, check out Midtown Manhattan's premier gentlemen's club on West 45th Street. FlashDancers.com. Tell them Blind Adam sent you. And since we're all spending money we don't have on shit we don't need, or maybe people we don't even like, not sure about that sometimes, but we're all doing our Christmas, Hanukkah holiday shopping. Maybe we're buying people Life Day presents. I don't know. Life Day. Google it. Chewbacca's holiday. But we'll get on that later. But if you need to spice up your life during the holidays, you go to Adam and Eve, and you buy all the sexy toys. Let's play the commercial for Adam and Eve.
Yeah, you, come here. Haven't you heard? We don't need to hide anymore. Now, we can shop privately for adult products at adamandeve.com. They've got massage oils, lingerie, and lots more we can't mention here. Use offer code BITES256. They'll give you 50% off almost any one item. 3 free DVDs, free mystery gift, and free shipping. That's 50% off, free shipping, and more. Private shopping starts at adamandeve.com.
Awesome sauce! So if you're in the market for adult toys for your significant other during the holiday season, if you need some dildos, or some wands, or watachis, or cock rings, Kuseni Kakwadu! Go to adamandeve.com. Tell them why Adam sent you. Let me know what you think of their mystery gifts. I may actually buy one of those things so we can see what the mystery gifts are here on this show. But I don't do this alone. I'd like to welcome the man in the chair. He's a curator, he's a writer, he's a podcaster, a commentator, a fellow member of the Comic Crusaders family. The one, the only, the nemesis, David Howard. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, my man? So, Adam and Eve, huh?
Yeah, man.
Good thing I wasn't on because I almost spit out my drink when you were saying toys for tees there. Yeah.
It's a real. I don't know how many clubs in the nation do it, but there are strip clubs during this time of year that do toy drives.
Hey, you know what? It's for a good cause. I'm just was laughing my ass off. That's awesome.
Clubs who after they, because there are guys who would bring 20 toys.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when certain clubs are just like, nah, we ain't doing this. We can't do this anymore.
Sir, why are you at Toys R Us with a whole wad of singles? What are you doing?
Oh yeah, all of a sudden. Oh yeah, can you? Whoever just liked my reel on Instagram, thank you very much. Also, I want to give a shout out to Chris the Greatest. I sent you a link if you wanted to hang out and party with us. That's cool. But how's all your projects going, sir?
I'm doing well. Things are just moving along. I've got a big family event next week, so that's taking up a lot of my time, and everything. But Space Monkeys #1 is half drawn, so we are well on our way for that. We will be launching that campaign next year, so early in the year or earlier in the year. I got another new comic that I'm working on called Elario, which is actually a superhero comic, but it's a superhero comic about a gangbanger who has death powers and is going after bikers and meth demons and dudes that beat strippers and all that kind of stuff. So,
Nice.
It's not your daddy's superhero. And that may be the tagline. I'll put that in there. So we're going with that. Still working on the stuff I already have, and still writing. Writing books as well. But I'm also writing some other stuff. So keep it busy and trying to stay out of trouble. So, which is easier. The older I get,
with scumbags like me, stay out of trouble.
Well, the older I get, the easier it is to stay out of trouble, because
I'm seeing that, and now that I'm in the 50 plus club.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my brain is like, no, we don't need to go out anymore.
Yeah. You know how they say nothing good happens after 1 a.m.? Well, at this point in my life, if I'm up past 1 a.m., it's because I've got insomnia, not because I'm up to no good. So.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh crap. I actually woke up groggy and cranky this morning because I stayed up late and I watched Dead Day. So I'll watch Wolverine.
Okay.
On Disney Plus, and I said, by the time I ended, I saw shit. It's 4:30, and I was still wired and couldn't fall asleep.
Hey, if you ever want to go back to that show and talk about it again at some point in the future, I wouldn't mind, because I watched it again. This was my third viewing, but I had put some time between the first two and this one, and I've been kind of meh on that movie, and I still have some things that are kind of like meh, but going back on it without all the expectations I had for it, because I think they were like at 5 billion, and Deadpool and Wolverine came in at like 1.5 million, which still blows everything else away. After watching it again, I was like, oh, this is good. This is funny. So I always enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, I mean, now that there was no hype train behind it, and I'm not expecting anything, I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
But I was having a blast, and actually this time I was able to watch it in audio description, not like I did in the theater.
Okay.
Are
there any theaters that have like something that you can use for
yeah, you just have to ask for a headset.
Okay.
It's like you were asked if you're hearing impaired, you ask for the closed captioning headset. If you're visually impaired, they have the audio descriptive headset.
Okay. Cool.
9 times out of 10, you get one that works. Occasionally you gotta occasionally go up. Can I please have a number one?
That's a good info for me, actually, because luckily most theaters play stuff loud enough that I can hear it, but now with stuff slow, I can't hear it anymore because I've been losing my hearing because of my time in the Army. So that's a whole other story. But yeah, I've lost like 75% of my hearing at a certain range, so which is voices and stuff. So.
But before we get into the agenda and the outline for tonight,
Mm-hmm.
And I know we brought this up on the show millions of times. Did you watch any of Superman and Lois at all this season?
I did, as a matter of fact.
Are you currently caught up?
I watched different moments, because I really wasn't into that show, and I wasn't willing to like go back and like watch. I'm one of those people. If I'm going to watch a show, I got to watch it from episode 1 and then catch up. Which is one of the reasons why I haven't watched Doctor Who, because I don't have enough time left in my life probably to watch all of the Doctor Who and catch up on it. So.
All right, yeah, that's fair enough. Well, just basically, I want to say that Superman and Lois was the perfect ending to the Arrowverse.
Cool.
I actually cried at the end. They do this epilogue, this like 3 or 4 minute epilogue at the end, which just, if it doesn't bring a tear to your eye, you're not a fucking human being. So
what'd they do with these kids, the 2 boys?
These kids actually, they eventually grow up, get married, and have kids of their own. And of course, at the end, they fight with their dad right alongside.
Mm-hmm.
There's one scene where they beat the piss out of Lex.
Wow.
I'm just gonna say Michael Cutlass as Lex Luthor
Mm-hmm.
is probably one of the spookiest, most vicious versions of the character ever portrayed on screen.
Cool.
But I know the Arrowverse gets a lot of shit, but those shows from 2001 to this year, carried the brand of a comic book company on major TV.
I thought they did pretty well. All the Arrowverse shows, the CW. So.
The Arrowverse, starts from Smallville and ends at Superman and Lois.
Yeah. Well,
there are a lot of misses in there. Black Lightning sucked. Legends of Tomorrow towards the end petered out. I really thought that the Arrow had a good ending. The Crisis crossover was a blast. Batwoman, because it had a lot of drama behind the scenes, probably could have been better, but that did give us our only live action portrayal of Batman from Kevin Conroy.
True.
So I'm not going to complain there. it had its ups and its downs. I thought Gotham City, the Gotham Knights show was done dirty.
Yeah. I like Gotham, you know. I thought that was cool. I will say that there are a lot of those shows on the CW in particular that I really dug the first couple seasons, and then I think I'm not going to say they lost their way. It's just after a couple seasons, you start having to do stuff that, you know, kind of departs from the first couple seasons when they're first hardcore. Like The Flash, the first 3 seasons I think are great.
And I will agree. Once they started breaking away from your traditional rogues gallery,
Mm-hmm.
and started going, focusing on some of these weirder big bads, the seasons weakened a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like Supergirl season 1, I thought was good. My favorite though of all the CW shows is the first 2 seasons of Stargirl. So, which I think was
that to me is, like I said, another thing. I think because of the politics of the network.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's around the time the CW as a network wanted to stop doing scripted
Yeah.
television.
I will say this though, for all of you who didn't see Stargirl, if you don't want to get a whole series, that's fine. Watch the first 15 minutes of episode 1 of Stargirl. It is the best 15-minute superhero fight on TV ever made with and it's Justice Society of America, so it's old school, man.
Yeah, I was gonna just up that just a little bit and say just the entire first episode. The entire first episode,
Yeah.
from beginning to end, doesn't just like hook you in. Because that's one of those. The Stargirl as a show, you don't have to be a fan of comic books at first.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the family story that's involved.
Yeah.
You know,
And the cool part about that show is, you know, unless you're a comic nerd like us, most people didn't know who Stargirl was, man, and people got hooked on it still. Just say with Justice Society, people are like, who the hell's Hour Man? You know? It's like, so. Dr. Midnight.
I actually made the actor who played fucking Rex Tyler fucking laugh.
Yeah. Really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because I had him autograph something for me. He put Hour Man, that's what the ladies call me, in bed as a quote.
Yeah.
And he just,
Well, the big bads were awesome at that too, though, like Shade and, you know, all the other guys, Icicle and
Icicle.
Yeah.
In the first season, I thought that was really awesome. You know, I like this Tigress and Sportsmaster. I thought were some of the highlights. How they eventually become friends with the fucking, you know, Stargirl's family at the end.
Yeah. How bad did you want to see? I don't know if you were a fan of this cartoon, but after seeing those two as Tigress and Sportsmaster, I so wanted to see them have their kids and then have them be in Young Justice, like a live action Young Justice. So, you know.
Actually, funny enough, that's the one animated series I might just start watching because that's the one I have not really watched.
Yeah, because Cheshire and then God, I can't remember the one who was good, who was actually in the Young Justice team. I don't remember. I'm blanking, but they were awesome. And then their dad was, you know, they didn't have Tigress, but they had Sportsmaster in there because the younger daughter ended up becoming Tigress instead of the mom. I think the mom had been in a wheelchair because she had been Tigress at one point. So, you know, but
like I said, I don't have time of the day for all this sometimes.
Yeah.
But you know, thank you for the memories, Arrowverse. And what is the first thing on the hit list for tonight?
We have a video, Wolverine, Triple X, and Axel Braun parody official trailer.
Yep, like I said, let's. This is an Axel Braun parody that I did not know that existed to this week, and I think this is very fascinating. So let's play this, Mike.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
Thanks for the lift, boys. Now who's gonna be the first to do something stupid? Looks like we got a winner. Who's that?
Damn it, Logan. These guys aren't cheap.
Yeah, well, whatever you're paying them, it's far too much.
These guys just saved your hairy ass from the frying pan. Cargo ship from Magipore? Omega Red? Ringing any bells? Let's talk.
Yeah.
Wow, man, that looks freaking amazing.
Yeah, Wolverine, the only superhero with 2 dicks, one for fucking and one for making love. That's a real thing. Google that. A whole article on bleedingcool.com about that. You know, but yeah, I mean that is just off the chain. Very well done.
That is crazy. That guy, I tell you, I would watch those movies just if he released like a clean version of them.
Yeah,
So
actually, I don't know how it's done digitally, but every DVD thing of his library always had a clean copy of the movie along with the full pornographic version of it.
The girl who played Domino looked freaking great.
Yeah,
so.
And I have to Google who that is, and just phenomenally well done.
Yeah.
The other reason why Wolverine has been on my mind all week is because I don't know if you heard the news. Marvel is contemplating doing Wolverine versus the Hulk on the big screen.
Really?
Yeah,
I did not hear that news.
They can't do a Hulk solo movie because Universal owns the rights.
Right.
So the only way you can get around that is if Hulk's in a team, or if Hulk's fighting someone, or if he doesn't get top billing at all.
Okay.
Because Deadpool and Wolverine made the mouse shit tons of money. They're thinking of going this route. This is not the Hulk fight I want to see on the big screen, especially since I got the Fantastic Four coming next year.
Mm-hmm.
And
you want to see Hulk versus Thing?
Hell yeah. Mark, and actually, what they could do for the sequel, or somewhere Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars, just have Hulk and the Thing just go at it.
See, I remember watching that cartoon back in the day where it was a double feature. You bought it on the DVD or the Blu-ray.
Yeah, Thor versus Hulk. Give me. I'm just gonna.
Yep. Yeah, it had Thor versus Hulk on one side, which was great, but then you had Hulk versus Wolverine on the other side, which was fantastic. And until Ryan Reynolds came around, I was convinced that nobody could play Deadpool but Nolan North. And
I showed it on my episode with JV the other day. I actually wish that FX didn't drop the ball with that animated series.
Yeah, I remember seeing the stuff for that.
He's hysterical.
It would have been fantastic. And Nolan North was awesome. They did a Deadpool video game too, where he voiced Deadpool, which was amazing.
He was also in an episode of that Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon as well.
Yes, it was, and it was great. It was fantastic.
And of course, it was PG and kid-friendly as fuck, but it was still.
And I will say this to everybody out there who hates on that cartoon series: I loved it. So there, back off. So
I think it's on Disney Plus. I may, as soon as I finish with 2 of the other cartoon series, because I don't want to like overload myself with trying to catch up on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I may actually go back and start watching them.
I will say this. So eventually, for like 4 or 5 seasons, the show is fantastic. After that, it's still pretty good, but it had the same thing that happened in The Flash, where the show stopped being about Spider-Man, it stopped being about everybody else around Spider-Man. So
I remember watching it live when they were adapting the Spider-Verse stuff on that show.
Uh-huh.
And then I just got too. After that point, so there was a point in there where I just got too much away from what I was enjoying from the show initially.
Yeah.
Where they brought in the first time you see an animated Moon Knight and an animated Nova, and of course they had Iron Fist and Luke Cage. So. And
you had, White Tiger was in there, and you had, and then eventually you got the Scarlet Spider showed up, and.
Oh yeah, it was great. You had some great voice. They actually did my favorite Ultimate Spider-Man story from the comics, where Wolverine and Spidey swap bodies.
Yeah. Well, then they did the whole storyline where Loki turned Thor into a frog. So.
Some great stuff. Let's show the trailer for Hulk versus Wolverine.
Yeah.
I actually think this is a hidden. If you guys can find this streaming somewhere, do it, because I just found out that the DVD's out of print.
Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, I love this cartoon. So.
Yeah.
Coming to you live.
Just a friend.
My name is Wolverine. I'm the best there is at what I do, and what I do isn't very nice. What the? What the hell happened? Oh, yeah.
Hells yeah!
That was amazing.
Oh yeah. Actually, I am gonna see it. That's streaming somewhere. I saw my last copy on DVD a couple weeks ago.
I like a lot of the Lionsgate animation from Marvel until Marvel canceled their contract with them. I thought they did a good job. Like there was a Doctor Strange animated. There was an Iron Man one. There was 2 Avenger films.
Yeah, there's the ones based on the Mark Millar, Brian Hitch Ultimates.
Yep, which was good. And then they also did. I don't know if this was Lionsgate, but around that same time, there was also an Extremis motion comic.
Actually, I think that was all Funhouse.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
That was the same studio that did the Astonishing X-Men motion comics.
Yep. Yep.
The Inhumans and a bunch of the Wolverine stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually did do a motion comic for Incredible Hulk 181, which was the Wolverine voiced by Cal Dodd.
If you ever get a chance to, I don't know, you may have seen it, knowing you, because you've seen all this stuff, but that was around the same time that Marvel contracted for 3 anime series limited runs from
That's the
Japan.
stuff that was on G4 really super late at night. There was
Yep.
Wolverine
Yep.
with because I remember this because the two dudes that played the brothers in Heroes, one of them was Wolverine, the other was fucking Iron Man.
Yep. So you had Wolverine, you had Iron Man, and then I think the third one was, gosh, I want to say Captain America, but that doesn't sound right. Oh no, it was X-Men. So
yeah, that was on stop. That's right. They did have the X-Men one.
yeah.
No, but yeah, those. I don't know. I just feel like somewhere along the way, I feel like in today's era, Marvel needs to step up its animation.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, actually, no. What If has been great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you know, X-Men '97 has been beautiful. If they can keep that up. Of course, whenever I think of comic book animation, what's the first thing that pops into my head? DC.
Yeah. See, for me, I still think DC animated features as a whole are better. I think their TV series have gone down though. So
yeah, have you seen Future Commandos yet?
I have not. Is it out?
Yeah, it's on Max. I just haven't had a chance to watch any of it yet.
I started watching episode 1 of was it the Cape Crusader on Amazon, the new Batman one.
Yeah, it was decent.
I'm not sure how I feel about it. At first, I was like,
I don't like the changes and like
yeah.
The reason behind. Are you familiar with the gender swap yet? The Penguin gender swap.
Probably. I know. I saw several things. I saw they changed Barbara Gordon a lot.
Yeah,
they changed.
basically they made the Penguin had to be female because they didn't want.
Yes.
Colin Farrell's Penguin. So, what DC needs to do, and Marvel does this better. They need to start having better synergy between all their IP. With that's what I like about Marvel is their comics, TV, animation, and movies all kind of bleed into one another.
Well, I think James Gunn is starting to do that. We'll see if he's successful. I mean, but he's kind of already rubbed some people the wrong way because he came in and had to start over, and so a lot of the stuff that happened at the end of season 1 of Peacemaker is not canon to the new DCU, even though they're doing a Peacemaker season 2. So people are like, "Well, what's that about?"
And they also got Frank Grillo playing Flag. In there.
Frank Senior, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, all of the people who are voice acting in Creature Commandos are coming back to be live action versions of the characters in future projects. So.
Yeah, that's just at the end of the day, the buck at DC, the buck is going to stop with James Gunn.
Yeah.
So, he already had a track record before he got the gig with the second Suicide Squad movie and then Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
He made me a fan of John Cena as an actor, god damn it.
Hey, he made me a fan of Vigilante, which is not a character I cared for at all until I watched it.
I'm still not the biggest fan of that version of Vigilante at times.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of the comic and then you go to that show, it's like, well, this is night and day.
Yeah.
But there's one other Wolverine thing on the hit list. This is Ultimate Wolverine versus the Hulk, #1. This is the third print of issue 1. The reason I really like this series, and with Wolverine and the Hulk possibly getting the movie, and this also has crossover appeal because you know who was the writer? David Lindelof. The dude who created Lost.
I used to have a complete set of all of the Ultimate comics, and a bunch of it got ruined and a bunch of other stuff, and then I sold the rest. So,
unfortunately, it happens, man. That's why I say cherish your collectibles while you can, because you never know what life is going to lead.
I'll say this though. Talk about two of the most unlikable versions of those characters ever made or ever written. You got them in the Ultimate Universe, man. So.
I know. I mean, it's not as bad as some other, characters who, you read this era of Ultimates and you're like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Hey Jeff Loeb, how you doing with your Quicksilver Scarlet Witch making love little thing that you had in Ultimates?
Yeah.
Free. Or
Man.
The other one, and I would give props if they had the balls to do this on anywhere on screen. I think it's Ultimates Die in Free, where the Blob eats the Wasp.
Yeah. That was crazy. That was absolutely nuts, man. I remember that. Or remember when, God, was it during Ultimates? It was during the first run of Ultimates, the first story arc, where the Wasp is trying to distract some soldiers, and she does the Girls Gone Wild on.
Yep.
So, yeah.
But that's what was popular. That was what was popular in the culture at that time.
Yeah.
Where there was like 9 different versions of Girls Gone Wild, to a point where it's one of those things like Crackheads Gone Wild and Cops Gone Wild.
I just thought it was hilarious. It was pretty funny, although they went way over the top with it. But when Banner found out that Hulk found out that Betty Ross was out with Freddie Prinze Jr. having dinner, the Hulk went on a rampage going after Freddie Prinze Jr. So,
which I thought was hysterical. And Freddie Prinze Jr., who would go on to voice the Hulk in fucking those 2 Ultimates cartoons. Which I thought was hysterical. He actually signed that book. He's a cool dude, man. I was a huge fan of his dad.
Hey, and that's where the whole idea, you would never have gotten Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury if it wasn't for the Ultimates. So
yeah, people don't realize how much of the Ultimates, eventually wound up in the 616 or in the MCU.
Yep. That was the first appearance, and it was all because of I forget who drew the Ultimates, but somebody they had mentioned to him that they wanted to see this guy Andre Ware, who was a football player at the time, as Nick Fury, and so he drew him at that, and then they saw Sam Jackson. They're like, oh well, there's our Nick Fury. So, yeah, and now,
what's really weird about this era of fucking Marvel?
Mm-hmm.
There's also an issue of Deadpool, and I forget the issue number, where Deadpool talks about looking like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
That's even before that Wolverine Origins movie came out.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's like art or life imitating art half the time with a lot of this stuff. But I don't think we'll ever see. I don't think that Nick Fury will ever go back to being white ever again. So, I think that ship has sailed. So I don't think you're going to see.
A long time ago, because now, especially with everything being so corporate.
Yeah, and
I found out in other ways, which I'm not going to talk about on camera, that Mickey Mouse can be a bitch.
I will say this. Usually, I like old school stuff, and I prefer that just because I like traditional things. But man, as much as I liked old school Fury, I don't think he holds a candle in coolness compared to new Nick Fury. So,
Like I said, and the cool thing about this issue of Ultimate Wolverine versus Hulk, it's super cheap. You can find it for $5.
Wow.
I just like it because it was written by Damon Lindelof.
Cool.
If you were like a fan of Lost or that Watchmen show on HBO, the miniseries, not the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You might get a kick out of it. What is next on the hit list?
Next, we have the 40th anniversary Thundercats Classic Years Omnibus.
All right, this is coming out from my good friend Nick Barucci and Dynamite Entertainment. They are doing a backer kit, which is just another version of Kickstarter. And they are doing a omnibus collection of all the classic Thundercats comics.
There's actually a video here he's got on the front of this backer kit. So
All right, let's see if we can play the video.
let's hope. Tell me if you don't hear the sound. I'm going to start playing it now.
Got it.
Thunder. Thundercats. Ho! The Thundercats are back with an incredible new collection of classic comics in time for the 40th anniversary. We are collecting all 24 issues of the original 1985 comic run of the series into brand new, fully remastered graphic novels. The main collection is a massive, deluxe, oversized hardcover collection. Also available are the 2 trade paperback volumes. These are the Thundercat collectibles you crave. Out of print for 4 decades, these stories are mostly lost to time, and the original printings are very expensive and hard to find. This collection will allow you to read them all. The very first comic book adventures of Lion-O, Chitara, Panthro, Tigra, and the rest of the gang as they face the diabolical forces of Mumra. Join us as we breathe new life into these wonderful adventures with incredible collections, awesome merchandise, and eye-popping original art editions here on Backer Kit. Don't miss the chance to be part of the project that delivers this cherished nostalgic classic back to the world of comics. Visit the campaign page to join the fun and reserve your Thundercats collections now.
Cool. You heard all that?
Yes, I did, man.
Cool.
I would have spoke up, but I did. But you know, you can also have some, and good friend of the show, friend, mentor. There are some signed editions by Larry Kenny, which is amazing. Brett Breeding, I did not realize that he was a part of these old school Thundercat books until now. Mike Carlin was involved with this. This is just awesome. As a Thundercats dad, I'm just. I normally don't do much with crowdfunding because there's just way too many of them, and I just But this one is the one I may actually pop my crowdfunding cherry on.
Nice.
Except for Space Monkeys, but I want to buy wholesale copies of that to stock in the shop.
But you just want Space Monkeys because you want to see me get a tramp stamp Space Monkey.
No, I'm in love with the concept.
Cool.
Because when it comes out of my series, I want to be one of those Space Monkeys going, hey, yeah, on Earth, they got big girls with big titties and bananas. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get these ribbons.
Wait until the monkey comes for the mouse comes for Space Monkeys. So.
Oh boy, Dave, let me take you out for some good beer and some good food, and my people can talk to your people, and you can become with the Disney family.
Hey man,
Break the Disney rules. We'll learn so fucking fast.
I'm telling you all out there right now, if the mouse showed up at my door tomorrow with Disney F off money for the rights to Space Monkeys, your boy here would sell out so fast you would make your head spin. Like, take that shit. Give me my mother effing Disney check.
You think it's so easy, Dave? Oh boy. That's Britney Spears how easy it was back in the day. Oh boy.
I was like, I'll write something new. I'll come up with something new. You can have it. So, oh man.
Awesome. What's next on the hit list?
We skipped over this one because we had gone to Hulk Wolverine. So we've got a couple places we go. So the next thing that was technically we have is the Batman Forever drive-through McDonald's commercial, but we skipped over Blake Blossom. So.
All right. So let's just once again, I want to give a special shout out to my good friend. She's up for a bunch of awards, both from AVN's, XBiz. She's actually going to be one of the AVN hostesses this year for the awards. Hope to see me in January at Vegas. This is an interview I did back in 2022 where I had her sign. She signed her very first comic book with me. She's the first and right now only live-action Spider-Girl. Hey, mainstream Hollywood, porn beat you to it. We did the live-action Spider-Man before you. So, bitches. So we'll show the interview from Exotica New Jersey 2022.
All right.
Exotica.com. Blake Blossom is awesome.
Here we go.
Yep.
You want me to get a marker?
I want you to sign the bill.
Oh my god. No way. Oh! Mark, let me get the marker. Oh my god, this is amazing. Wow. This isn't like a 9, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, look, actually, because of what I'm doing, this is something I'm going to show to my buddy who had that name. That name through the phone.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Okay.
Awesome.
God bless America.
She seems very nice.
She's like an amazing human being. She is one of the friendliest people you ever meet.
Mm-hmm.
Blake, sometime in 2025, we're gonna try to make this happen. I still want it. The offer still stands. You could have my anal virginity. Face down, ass up, tie me to the bed, smack me like a bitch for acting like a bitch. Just have your way with me, man. Offer stands. Project Pegasus in full effect, yo.
It's all you, brother. It's all you.
Yep. But yeah, like I said, I'm after this weekend, I'm gonna start trying to figure out my plans for AVNs and XBiz and the Adult Entertainment Awards season, which is around the corner. And now because in 2025, this is where I'm starting to feel old. Can you believe that Batman Forever actually turns 30?
Wow. You know what's funny is I remember this movie, and I just talked about this movie with my wife because we were talking about seeing this in New Jersey, and I was like so hyped for this movie. And like you for all of you who live in this day and age, you have to understand that any superhero movie that came out was the best superhero movie that ever came out.
This is still like 95, so if we got like one superhero movie a year, we were lucky.
Yep.
And I think during this point, Jim Carrey was the hottest actor on the planet.
I saw this movie in Rockaway, New Jersey. So
actually, that movie theater is still there.
Wow.
The one that's at the Rockaway Mall. And
Yep.
It's like a really big AMC.
That's where I saw that same. I also saw. Man, I saw a lot of movies there. I saw Stranger Things there. So I used to go to Rockaway all the time when I'd go visit my then fiance. So I am familiar with that part of New Jersey, sir. So
yeah, it's only a hour away from where my parents live. So
cool. Yes, I won't say where my wife grew up, but she grew up in that general area. So
yeah, like I said, but yeah, I just can't believe that this is like 30. I'm in this weird headspace sometimes where which I'm working with a therapist to get over, where I'm feeling my age sometimes. I'm starting to see the thing I'm noticing it more with is when things in popular culture grow old with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like the 40th, like next year, Back to the Future turns 40.
Wow.
Like look, see, like what Thundercats says, just said Thundercats is turning 40. So everything that I grew up with is growing older with me. Whether it be relatives, whether it be comic books that we loved and grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, Watchmen actually turns 42.
Well, the thing that was getting me the other day, I'll be honest with you, is that I watched. What did I watch? I watched the original Alien from 1970.
That would have been 79.
79, right? So that's 45 years ago. And then I was thinking about it. I was like, when this movie came out, that would have been the equivalent of watching a movie, and this is going to blow your mind, from 1934.
Yep.
That is some crazy shit right there. So.
Oh yeah, and like I said, back when we were growing up, like one of the things I miss, like how cool was it back 20, 30 years ago to just like channel surf?
Say that again. I didn't hear you.
How cool was it like 20, 30 years ago when like Cartoon Network was first coming out?
Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah.
channel surf and like find cool shit.
Especially since, man, when you were a little kid and you wanted to watch cartoons, you had to MacGyver that shit. You were like, playing with you'd be sitting there, I don't know about you, but in our house, it was like, first of all, you had to beat your brother or sister to the TV to watch Saturday morning cartoons, because in my house, unless my mom was like, out of the house or whatever, we weren't allowed to watch cartoons during the week, because they were on in the afternoon. So we could only watch Saturday morning cartoons. So I had to beat my brother to the cartoon because he wanted to watch Smurfs and I wanted to watch G.I. Joe or something, So, and then if you managed to get it, then you were always finagling with the cat, the rabbit ears and stuff to get the antenna. You're like,
I'll never forget one of the worst fights I had with my younger brother growing up was over cartoons.
yeah,
He wanted to watch Transformers and I wanted to watch He-Man.
yeah.
Either that or one time I got yelled at by my mom because I used to put Romper Room on. I was like in the 5th, 6th grade, so I was like maybe 10, 11 going on to 12.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You're too old to be watching Romper Room. What is this? You're too sad.
Not only that, man, you want to hear something else crazy? So my mom and dad used to watch shows out in the front room, and then when my mom and dad got a little rinky-dink, I'm talking like a 13-inch screen TV in the back bedroom, I could watch the shows that they didn't want to watch back in and it was black and white, and I didn't care, man. So
No one gave a shit.
Yeah, I'm watching Buck Rogers and A-Team and Battlestar Galactica and stuff in black and white on the tiny 13-inch screen, So.
Oh, yeah, I think I was for my 12th birthday. I finally got my own TV.
Yeah.
And it was a TV where you didn't have remote controls yet. You had to actually go and turn the little fucking knob.
Yep. Yep.
Didn't care. I was like at 7-11. I was like, I didn't have to fight with anyone. I could just close the door and watch what I wanted.
And you're Gen X, just like me, right?
Yeah.
You Gen Xer? Yeah. Those were the days, though, like, I don't know about your parents, but my parents were one of those parents where they're like, they kick you out of the house, man. You couldn't come back in the house for, like, the rest of the day. It was like, go outside and play. So.
Oh, yeah. I remember, the only way, I remember one time I got in trouble in school. Actually, today, if I did this today, I would have been in jail.
Mm-hmm.
But it was pre 9/11, everything is a terrorism type days. It's like I'm gonna blow this bus up. Fuck you all. It's like, Mr. Anthony, please come to the principal's office.
Wow. My brother and I and all the neighborhood kids, we built. I'm kind of happy because it turned us into the people we are today. But we built a whole little mini coliseum out of wood in our backyard. And then we built like wood weapons, and we had like old nets that we built, and we built like tridents and stuff, and we would have gladiator fights back there. So
yeah, that's what we did back in our that was our generation, man.
Yeah, you get a wood sword and a metal trash can lid, and you had a shield, and you could go for it.
Yeah.
So.
But Let's play this because this is the reason why
Yeah.
I almost had to have gallbladder surgery at the age of 21 because I needed to collect 3 sets of these stupid glasses, which I still have.
Really? All right, here we go.
Can I persuade you to take a sandwich with you, sir?
I'll get drive-through. Introducing McDonald's Superhero Burger. Tomatoes, crisp lettuce, the great taste of 2 cheeses melted over 3 beef patties on a superhero bun. It's McDonald's Taste of the Month. Everyone's making a break for.
Welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order?
Wasn't this like the lead into like by the next movie? It was like Batman commercials for everything. Like Batman MasterCard.
Oh yeah. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can go down. Unfortunately, the only version of that I was able to find is like an hour-long video of every commercial from the first Batman movie up to Batman and Robin.
Is Schumacher? Is this the first Schumacher film with the bat?
Yeah.
The bat nipples, the bat butt, and all that stuff.
No, actually, I think the worst part of that became on Batman and Robin. But yes, people, that scene where Alfred's asking him if he'll take a sandwich is actually in the fucking movie.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I want to see, and I know my Kevin Smith actually has a copy of it. I want to see the extended Schumacher cut.
Why? Is this supposed to be good?
It's supposed to be good. It's done a little bit better. But a lot of there's a lot of stuff that hit the cutting room floor. I'm curious to see what's different about it.
You know what movie I thought was great when I first saw it, just because I was so hungry for Batman anything, because all I had was Batman the Animated Series. And then looking back on it later, it was just such crap, was Batman and Robin with because I wanted a great Poison Ivy and Bane and all that stuff. And
Uma Thurman is like the highlight of that movie.
Yeah. And then Arnold as Mr. Freeze. It could have been so much better, man.
Honest, for some reason, that movie is aged better on me.
Really?
Like I actually enjoy it because it's so. It may be because Arnold is so fucking over the top with it.
yeah, he is.
My favorite line of his is, "What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age." And then my favorite thing is he's watching a movie with his frozen wife, and someone talks and he freezes him to death. He's like, "No talking during the movie."
See, I like 1. I like 2, although I'm glad when they eventually turned Penguin back into a regular person again. And then after that, all the rest of them were okay for me. But my favorite line from all of those Batman movies has to be in this one, Batman Forever, when you actually have whoever was it, Chris O'Donnell? Chris O'Donnell hops up and goes, "Holy rusted metal, Batman!" I was like,
"Yeah, the metal on the ground, it's rusted, Holy."
Yeah. That was awesome, man. That was fantastic. I thought that was the best line in the entire movie.
I guess Batman Forever, like I said, these 2 movies are like Batman Forever. I fond memories of because I was, a 21-year-old kid just getting involved in the industry as a professional at the time. I think I bought every piece of marketing I could. Like I said, I ate McDonald's so much that summer. Was told that I had to stop eating fast food for a while, or I was going to get gallbladders.
Wow. Well, let's see. I'm trying to remember.
Back when you could afford like McDonald's. Before fucking McDonald's.
No kidding. Was it Batman Forever was 3? Was it Batman Robin was 4? Those are both Val Kilmer, right?
Val Kilmer is the Forever, and Clooney is the Batman and Robin.
Oh, is he? So Kilmer only did 1, and Clooney only did 1?
Yep.
Oh, okay. And then the next Batman we get is Bale?
Yep. Then Bale, then Batfleck, and then Rainbow Sparkly Robin Patterson.
Yeah.
And and in between all that, you got the greatest Batman of all time. And if people don't like me saying this, bite me. Kevin motherfucking Conroy's son.
Hey, he was before all that too. The only Batmans that precede Kevin Conroy are Keaton and Adam West. Well, and whoever that guy was in the Batman serials, I can't remember that guy's name. So wasn't that Adam West too?
No, the 1940 serials, which are like, they don't. Which I can't find the full movies on because political culture.
Let me send me a DM and I'll get them to you. I have them.
Amazon, stop. Will do, man. Because
they're racist as hell.
Where they're fighting the Japanese.
Yeah.
It is so over the top, politically incorrect. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is so. Wow. Yeah, I watched it.
I'll be honest, but can we just take a joke every now and then and realize that you can't change history just because you digitally erase shit on the internet?
I absolutely agree with you, and you have to put it in its time. But I will say there's some of that stuff that I've watched with my modern eyes now, and I'm not one of the people that does this, but even I've been like, holy crap, that's
no, I agree.
racist.
There is I'm tempted to show it on the show and let the YouTube gods do with me as they will. There is a Bugs Bunny cartoon with him serving ice cream to the Japanese that is so racially over the top. I was like, holy shit! That prices this. I mean, even surprised this clip is even still on YouTube.
There is a Disney cartoon with Mickey Mouse and Pluto. When Pluto is chasing something, I don't even know what, and he slips, runs into a wall, and he gets wrapped up in this curtain, and a symbol fall on his head, and then his eyes. It's racist. He looks like he's supposed to be Chinese, and it's like, wow, wow,
Yeah. Where are we next on the hit list?
We've got Kevin Bloody Wilson.
All right. What we're gonna do is I actually gonna go change. We're gonna save that for the end.
Okay.
So what did I have after that?
Next, I've got 4 things that were off of eBay for us to look at. The first is a Generation X.
All right. If everyone
character.
wants to how you have comic book first appearances?
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna start doing this, and since I'm bringing Pimpin' the Long Box back to Comic Crusaders on the website, my written article. Shout out to Melissa, my editor. She's awesome. I'm starting to look at action figure firsts. So people don't realize that Marvel had 1996, 1997 had all their hopes on this Generation X property. And they did an action figure line, which has the first action figure for Jubilee.
Cool.
And I'm surprised how cheap these are too. They're only $10 in change with shipping. Mint on card still. I bought one today. It was a little pre-Christmas gift. Share myself up Christmas present to myself.
Cool.
Crap! It's only $6.
Oops.
That's what they cost initially back in '96.
So that Jubilee, and then I've got also up here the White Queen.
The one member of the X-Men with the biggest titties. Someone that I think Blake Blossom would kill it as. If I was going to make my own X-Men porn parody. That's not a bad idea. Emma Frost. Queen.
Emma Frost. I still say there's no way that, I'm sorry, Emma Frost, I'm going to say it. There's no way that skank could steal Scott's heart from Jean if Jean was still alive. So.
Well, that's true. She waited for the right time.
Yeah.
She died for the third time at that point. At the end of Grant Morrison's epic fucking run and shit. And she just made her move. She was a therapist that took advantage of her client, man.
Yeah. Some cool characters made their introduction to the X-Men when she was part of the team then, though. So
I love that whole era of X-Men too. Anything from
Yeah.
Astonishing X-Men all the way, all the way back from Grant Morrison up through X-Men versus Avengers is just a fun time in the history of the characters.
See, I always loved of the newer X-Men. I always loved Pixie. I loved Armor. She was awesome. So I love the Cuckoos. They're cool.
Cuckoos are my favorite.
Yeah.
Even though they're basically just clones of Emma.
Yeah.
But the way that they do the whole like 5 and 3 and 3, 5 and 5, that stuff. Quick Fire is my favorite.
Isn't that run the first time we meet Cassandra Nova?
Yep.
Yep.
And Teenage Mega Sonic Warhead.
Yep. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right. I also have one other thing to bring up here. It is WWE related.
All right, and I was hoping that the greatness he was going to come on tonight. They just they're doing this whole new angle with the New Day and Monday and WWE right now, and I was just surprised that Boom had a WWE comic that went past 10 issues and had some really cool variants.
Cool.
And they're not that expensive either.
Very cool.
Yeah, so
It's cool to see that that Boom has got something to replace all of the IP they lost a couple years ago, year and a half ago, something like that. So.
Oh yeah, IDW needs to pick up some new IP. It feels like all they got left is turtles and ponies at this point.
Yeah.
Ponies are pimping, man.
I did.
Applejack, they're awesome.
I dig those smaller big companies. Boom, Dynamite, IDW. So I don't know.
Dynamite's killing it right now. Between Thundercats and their Hanna-Barbera properties that they have.
Space Ghost, man.
County Quest.
Space Ghost is friggin' awesome. It is awesome. I watched it, but it's not like I lived and died on Space Ghost, the cartoon. And I dig in the comic, man. It is so good. So, but I'll tell you, I don't know if you're a fan of horror comics, but something has changed in the comic scene because there are so many horror comics out right now, and they're good. So they're really good.
Yeah, I just horror has never been my 100% cup of tea.
Yeah.
So I gotta some of them I get into easier than others.
I mean, they're redoing everything. Tales from the Crypt is back. Creepshow is back.
Actually, unfortunately, that's the hottest selling book in the market right now. It's from Keen Spot. It's called Monsters.
Yeah.
By Mark Spears. That's something I want to check out.
Not only that, I'm going to back this probably in a couple weeks. But friggin' Heavy Metal's back.
That I heard. Actually, you're going to back that too? Because that's the other one I definitely am thinking of backing. Because I don't know about you, but I was weaned on that fucking movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Between...
Hand over fist.
There are two... I mean... It didn't work out for us because of funding, but we wanted to do a long form magazine like 2000 AD or Heavy Metal. And those two magazines were like formative for me for what I wanted to write as far as comics and stuff go. So, man, Heavy Metal.
Heavy Metal for me, magazine wise, and this is non-porno mags and non-fanzines, which were comic book internet before the comic book internet.
Mm-hmm.
There was the holy Bible of magazines was Dragon magazine, Heavy Metal, AD,
Yep.
Thank you, Great Britain. Cracked and Mad.
Yep. Mad and Cracked. And also for those of us who were like gamers, like besides Dragon, there was also eventually White Dwarf, but Dragon is the original. So.
You know,
And then
White Dwarf came out was more like after I got out of doing table gaming.
yeah, and then you had, I mean, and then man, I miss old magazines, man. Like
You
then
know,
you
I'm
all,
not the only one because I was on eBay and I went down a rabbit hole and I was looking at old Nintendo Powers.
remember like Fangoria though, and I mean all those magazines and
famous Monsters of Filmland.
yeah.
You know what? I'm surprised. I'm surprised some of them actually go for decent money. I'm actually thinking of buying, selling, and collecting old school fucking TV guides.
Cool.
I found one which I actually hung on my wall, which is behind the green screen. I'm gonna ramify that somehow in the upcoming weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I got one from the '90s that has the John Lester Ship Flash, Michael Keaton, Batman, and Dick Tracy all on the fucking cover.
You know, one of these days I got to ship something to you for you to check out. It's not in great condition, but I know you would know what to do with it, and I'm afraid to keep it here because I don't know how to store it properly. But when Buck Rogers of the 25th Century was out, my aunt, and she gave it to me on her deathbed because she knew I like comics. They did a giant size format of a Buck Rogers of the 25th Century comic.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Those things are awesome.
I have one. So it's not in horrible condition, but it's not in like mint condition, you know. But
hang on a second. Alex, shut up out there. I'm trying to work in here. You loud cat. I hear you yelling out there.
yeah, I want to send that to you sometime because I know you know what to do with it. So, because I don't know how to like properly store.
Right next to my Flash Gordon movie poster.
Yeah.
I am so the real life fucking character, the John from Ted. That's all I need is a talking imaginary teddy bear, and I'm set.
You know what? Before we do this last thing, but speaking of those like genre, you know, Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers, I don't know if he's still alive, but it would be so cool to get a signed headshot of Jurgen Prochnow as Mim the Merciless. So
I think he passed.
did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know who's very big in the scene, and I wish he would take my advice. Actually do weddings.
Who's that?
Sam Jones is the bomb.
Oh, nice.
I mean, good friend, good personal friend, good friend of the. If you go back into the early days of Awesome Sauce Radio,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I interviewed him a bunch of times. He's just an amazing human being.
You know who I'd like to interview, and maybe I'll talk to the Almega and have him reach out for us, see if we can get him on the show.
Almega, what's up, brother? What's up, CEO?
I would love to interview a guy who went from being in Shakespeare and in one of the classic adaptions of like The Lion in Winter and everything. Then he was in Flash Gordon. Then he was James Bond, and then he was gone. It was in just smaller stuff. Timothy Dalton, man.
Oh, he was in Flash Gordon.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the fiance of the princess.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's Timothy Dalton.
Holy shit. I learn something new every day. That's awesome.
Yeah. Dude was in that, and he was James Bond, and he was in a bunch of other stuff. I mean, he's been in a ton of stuff, so, yeah. Good
awesome.
stuff.
Actually, the actress's name is escaping me, but I'm actually going to try to bring the actress that played Dale onto the show.
Cool.
I met her at a convention many years ago, and I haven't spoken to her since the beginning of COVID. You know, I haven't spoken to Sam in a while either. I saw him like last year at a convention, and got a picture with him, and that was basically it.
I know you said Gail, but like I said,
Dale.
Dale. Yeah, when I heard you say Dale, my mind, like I can't hear hardly at all. But when you said Dale, originally my mind immediately went to Dale from King of the Hill, and I'm like, I want that dude. I want to interview that guy as Dale and have him start doing conspiracy theories.
I'm wondering what that would cost because I would pay to have him do the entire interview is Dale. Either that or Patrick, what's his face, the Family Guy?
Patrick
plays Joe.
Yeah.
The whole interview is Joe Swanson.
Patrick Warburton or something like that.
Yeah,
so
Patrick Warburton. I'm just too half the interview is stuck in the tick, and the other half is Joe Swanson.
I think it would be hilarious though to introduce that guy that plays Dale as Rusty Shackelford and have him come on and just start smoking a cigarette and saying all these crazy wacky things, you know.
There is and I don't really want to plug him here before I get on my Christmas rant. But I doubt it's still on YouTube. Maybe you can find it on Rumble. But there is a classic interview of Mike Judge, who created King of the Hill and Beavis and Butthead with Alex Jones. Alex Jones is fucking interviewing Mike Judge, and Mike Judge is actually doing the characters of Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, God.
Bill, Mr. Tom Anderson, and Beavis is just like, yeah, fuck the government. You know, they want our guns, and of course he talks as Mike Judge and talks about his career and his view on the world and all that, but
dude,
stuff in character.
They've got the full 36-minute interview on YouTube.
No, all right, cool. I'm gonna check. I haven't checked that out in a couple years. I'm not playing it here because playing Alex Jones stuff on YouTube, they will fuck you for.
Yeah, that's hilarious. All right,
but I just want to say to the whole before we end tonight's episode, and there will not be a Thursday night episode next week in this format because Dave has family matters. Mazel tov to the Howard family. I love you guys.
Thank you, sir.
You know, but Hallmark Channel, shut the fuck up. All this Christmas cheer that you are promoting is a danger to America. I am sick of the Hallmark Channel and their cookie cutter interchangeable Christmas specials, which are the same actors and actresses with pretty much the same plot in every movie, where some type of breakup, or they just become a widow or a widower, or they're trying to get the family back together. And fucking Mrs. Claus.
I won't tell you who you know that's addicted to those things now. That's all I'll say. Yeah.
Is this someone in the Comic Crusaders family?
Yeah, it might be somebody who's on this podcast with you. So.
Actually, my dad. No, because this is the weird time in my house because my mother, that's all she watches all day long is Discovery ID.
I used to make fun of my wife watching those all the time, and then I sat down and started watching them at one point. Now I watch them more than she does.
Oh yeah, and then during this time of year, so my mom was watching in the living room watching Discovery ID, and my dad's in his office watching Hallmark Christmas special.
They got him.
Well, even tell my therapist, this is I live in one fucked up house, but you know, just between Black Friday and Cyber Monday, I'm already sick of Christmas already, and
I tell you, what movie is that from? I'm going to need you to work on Black Friday. I tell you.
I'm running a blank.
Zach and Mary. I tell you.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you.
What is that? Bleep Tuesday? Is that a new holiday?
Yeah.
You guys can look up the clip from Zach and Miri we are referencing.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it. I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, we're not getting kicked. We like having a YouTube channel.
I'm not that politically incorrect. So.
Yeah, I mean, but it's one of the greatest takes on the whole concept of Black Friday altogether.
Yeah.
But actually, I like how that plays out in the movie theater because the Indian owner of that store didn't freak out. They never went out the camera to film the movie.
Yeah.
There's a song that we're going to play to dedicate to everyone who's taking Christmas way too seriously or being stressed out. This is by Kevin Williams, and it's called Hey Santa Claus, you cunt. Where's me fucking bike?
All right, here we go.
Yep. This is dedicated to the Hallmark Channel.
Why isn't it starting? Oh, here we go. Hold on for a second. Here we go.
This is to you, Hallmark.
Quite often I get to thinking how as kids we got by. Like at Christmas time at our house, we couldn't even afford a fire. But we made do with what we had back then when I was young. Dad used to suck a peppermint. We'd all sit around his tongue. We couldn't afford no fancy tinsel for our Christmas tree. So we'd just wheel our granddad in and make the old cunt sneeze. Wheel him round the other side, Nana. But things change pretty bloody quick. I got kids now of my own. And I heard them unwrap their prezzies last night when I got home. Hey, Santa Claus, you cunt! Where's me fucking bike? I've unwrapped all this other junk and there's nothing that I like. I wrote you a fucking letter and I come to see you twice. You worn out geriatric fart, you forgot me fucking bike.
Man, you forgot my hooker, Santa Claus.
If I'd have wanted a pair of bloody socks, I would have bloody asked. And this cowboy suit and ping pong set you can shove right up your ass. You stuck the bloody order up, it's enough to make you spew.
The socks are real Christmas gifts.
Snaky, mate, me sister's dirty too. Hey, Santa Claus, you cunt. Where's me fucking pram? You promised me you'd send me one, and you remember who I am. Cause I'm the little girl what you made sit right on your hand. I'll give you fucking ho-ho-ho, you forgot me fucking pram. Next time I come to see, I'm gonna punch in the guts. And I'll let your fucking reindeer loose, kick Rudolph in the nuts. Yeah, you just wait till next year till you get back to that store. And me and me little sister come stomping through the door and we'll say, hey, mums and dads, just smell his breath and check his bloodshot eyes. And don't listen to him,
you fat drunk bastard.
Fucking lies. He's just a piss tank and a pervert. He's not even very bright. Because the old fucking wanker forgot me fucking balls.
Jesus.
Just loving your reaction to this present right now.
I've unwrapped all this other junk and there's nothing that I like. I wrote you a fucking letter and I come to see you twice. You worn out geriatric farts and I got me fucking bike. I'll dog you in, you old cunt.
Jesus.
Fucking lights out. I saw Mummy sucking.
Oh my God.
I saw Mommy sucking Santa Claus.
Jesus.
That's my favorite Merry Christmas song of all time.
See, once you put that on, I pulled up my favorite funniest Christmas song just now. So, well, do you want to hear it?
Hell yeah.
All right, hold on.
Like I said,
We used to play this
back in the old days of the internet, even before Kazan was a thing.
See, we used to play this at my house all the time because we had this album. So,
So we learned on tonight's episode, you don't fuck with British people around Christmas time.
it's Cheech and Chong, man.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard this in forever. Oh, Hopefully they'll be at 420 kind of guy in fucking 2025. And they can help me book Tommy Chan. For
What's up?
What's
What were you saying?
Maybe you can help me book Tommy Chong for fucking the podcast. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Oh man, you know what? I'll save this for the next time we're on because I think we're going to be on again before Christmas, unless we're not going to be. Because this is like 6 minutes long, but I take this one because he's like talking, he's like on Dasher, on Chewy, on Nacho.
I have no fun of this. I'm probably not gonna get much sleep because Dave's got me going down a Choo Choo Chong rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. Where can my audience find you online, sir?
Yeah, man. Everybody go check me out. I'm at Nemesis FC2 on all your social media, YouTube. You can check me out there. And hey, if you want to hear me do more of my voice from when I used to go to high school, man, because I could speak Spanglish, you can hear that in my new comic book series coming out, Elario, La Sombra de la Muerte, The Shadow of Death. And he is a cholo superhero. So, yeah, man, come check out Elario when he comes out, too. So.
And Dave will be coming with the space monkey.
Yes. Got to get yourself some Space Monkeys before Elario. So those are coming out. And then I got OPSEC. I got horror stuff coming out still. And more of Phoenix Throne as well. So lots of stuff coming in the new year.
Sweet.
Alrighty.
I actually have, some stand-up coming up in New York, coming out after the holidays. I'll be, Tuesday nights, I'll be performing at Stand Up Live, or Comic Strip Live, excuse me,
Cool.
every other Tuesday night. So, as of 2025, Austin House Radio will be Wednesday and Thursday nights. We're going to continue with this schedule until after the holidays because the way the holidays fall this year.
Cool.
Because Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve are Tuesday night, Tuesdays and Wednesdays this year. That's a lot of crap. Why do they have to be in the middle of the week? But you can find me at The Real Blind Adam on Instagram. I am Blind Adam on Minivids, Blind Adam on eBay, Whatnot, Comic Pimp VIP, and on Twitter/X, I'm the Comic Pimp. BlindAdam.com, RealBlindAdam.com is coming soon. And eventually I'm just going to switch everything over to the Real Blind Adam for consistency and branding and all the other stuff. The CEO, or the corporate executive bitch.
Out.
Yeah. Almega. Go find the real Almega and tell him to stop talking about farts and weed.
Yeah, man.
www.comiccasinos.com. It's one of the best comic book sites on the internet. So please check them out. Remember, you don't need set to have a vision. Love you all. Find out about.
Like a pimp.